Hey guys, Sequoia here. Just finished up this project in a medium roof transit. It's a brand new van that came to me for a lot of systems. Got all the electrical, plumbing, heating and cooling, dual alternator, undermount tanks, freshwater tank, hot water heater. Also did a subfloor and a finished floor, insulated subfloor. So I hope you like the project. We're going to take a look at the different systems that I installed in this little van. I think it's pretty cool. I hope you like the video. Let me know if you'd like some consultations. I do design and install of off-grid power systems, plumbing systems, heating and cooling systems in not just vans, but any RV or other mobile applications, trailers, military vehicles, ambulances, etc. Check out my website and see you next time. Alrighty, here we are. Let's check out the electrical system first. This is a full Victron system. There are three 300 amp hour NG 12 volt batteries here wired in parallel. It's run through a Lynx BMS, which is an external BMS for the Victron batteries. Here's our Lynx Distributor with all of our chargers and loads coming in and out. Our batteries go to bus bars and then they go to the BMS, which manages the current flow. We have a 2000 watt inverter over here. Each battery is fitted with a Artec Class T mounting plate, and each battery has its own Class T fuse. I believe these are 200 amp fuses. Makes it really easy to install a fuse on the battery. Each one is protected. This system is primarily charged via the Wakespeed regulator and a Nation's dual alternator. It's the 280 XP alternator, which charges the system at 200 amps. So the Wakespeed is working in conjunction with the Lynx BMS. They talk to each other, which makes the system very safe, very efficient. I ran two 4-aught cables, a negative and a positive, from the alternator back here, so that when the vehicle is running at idle, it's about 100 amps, but under throttle, we're seeing 200 amps come into the system. There's no solar. There is a shore charger when the client wants to plug that in. And over here, I've wired everything very loose and flexible so that when they design their system, and I've kind of worked with their design idea and dimensions, they can, use this breaker box, which has our 120 and 12 volt fuses. And then they also have a 15 amp shore plug here that they can mount either outside, or they can mount it on the back of the box or the front of the box, wherever they want. So yeah, in addition to that stuff, there's a full pre-wire, with circuits and outlets and all of our controllers, kind of make these temporary panels for the air conditioner, our heater, some switches. Couldn't get those switches in line. Here's our GX touch system for the Victron monitoring. Right, so there is a 12 volt air conditioner on board, cruise and comfort. And this is that right here. It's a under the bench style air conditioner. And then underneath the van are two dual condenser fans, which run our coolant through the system, our Freon. And then the system works inside of here with its compressor and then outputs cold air. This can be kind of run wherever the client wants it to. And then in addition to the air conditioner, we have a heater under the seat. Now, this Transit is a gasoline-powered van, so this is a gasoline-powered Espar heater. And then it's controlled up here by the Easy Start Pro, which works really nice. Saves space because it can fit under the seat. All of this stuff is mounted on to this floor. This is a 1-inch insulated subfloor with a 1/2-inch plywood on top, and then we have a vinyl product by Lawn Seal, which looks really nice. And I wanted to do that for the client because obviously I had to mount a lot of different things, and I didn't want it to be very clunky for them if I mounted this stuff directly onto the van floor on a piece of plywood. It would just be a lot of extra work. It's very clean this way. On this side of the van, we have our plumbing system. We have a Go Code 22 gallon over the wheel well freshwater tank fitted with a level sensor. We have this little backboard that I built to house a UV filter, our water pump, a couple different valves to bypass the filter if we choose to. I left a little bit of space behind this backboard for a heater on the freshwater tank. Right here is our hot water heater. This is an Isotemp unit that Not only has a 120 element in it, but it also heats via passive hot coolant from the engine. And so these lines are tapped into the coolant lines of the engine. They run under the van, and so while the engine is running, coolant starts to flow back through here and it heats the water that's in this 4-gallon tank. Has an integrated mixer on it, has a TP valve, which is a pressure relief valve, which also acts as a drain for the system. So when it comes time to winterize, you just have to activate this little twist valve and water will drain out. Here's our drain for our freshwater system. And then I also have another little feature here that the client and I came up with, which is a valve to open up the water flow that goes back into the tank. So we tap into the drain of the tank. If we open this valve and run the water pump, the pump will run the freshwater tank through the UV filter and then back into the tank. So if the water's been in here sitting for a while, or if the client had to fill it from maybe maybe an unknown source, can cycle all of the water through the UV filter as long as they want to keep that clean. And the UV filter and the hot water heater are on their own switches. I separated the outlets on this dual outlet here, and then there's 2 switches here so that they can turn them on and off. A lot of extra wire right here so that the client can move these outlets and switches wherever they want when they build out their galley. Same with this big drain line. This goes to an undermount an undermount water tank, a 22-gallon Go Code undermount water tank. And then they can run this to the drain of their sink. Also over here we have a Tetravan recessed shower pan. The drain of this shower pan goes underneath to a 16-gallon Go Code undermount tank. And so their plan is to use the sink faucet with a quick connect to, a shower wand. There's a shower curtain that comes with this pan. They can shower inside with hot water from the hot water heater, either electric or, already heated from the passive coolant. And then the drain goes to an undermount water tank. Also, the levels for all of the water tanks are wired into this Victron system. So if we go to levels here, we can see freshwater, shower gray, and sink gray tank, which is really nice. So you know the levels of all your tanks. So here we are under the van. This van is absolutely maxed out underneath of here. We have 2 undermount tanks. We have our 2 4-aught cable runs from the dual alternator running through here. Over on that side, we have our hot water coolant lines running. I have the dual condenser fan undermount unit mounted for the air conditioner. Not to mention, this has an exhaust running front to back, and this is an all-wheel drive transit with a drive shaft, and up front there's 2 CV axles. So we're absolutely maxed out of space. And it got kind of tricky in a couple spots, but you can see all of my lines. I haven't yet put in any spray foam to close up all of those holes, but there's a ton of pass-through from underneath to inside the van.